Well, you caught me on that video of a day, which was recorded only yesterday, ranting about things. And I know I went off a bit. I know I did. I know that I probably overstepped the mark a little bit with some comments that, and it made me sound bitter. I understand that, but that ain't what this is about. Like, the van life community as a thing is brilliant. Like, there's a lot of people within the van life community that look out for each other, do things for each other, have a good time together, meet up together. People that are trying to build events or meetups and that in order to bring the community together and all that. And then on the flip side of it, there's people that have seen it as a bit of a cash cow and you know what? I understand somebody's going to say, I haven't you done that, but we'll get to that in a bit. Use it a bit of a cash cow and basically just exploiting everything that the van life community has to offer. Now, first of all, I'll go back to, am I doing that? The reason why I believe I'm not doing that, you might think differently, and fine, is because I am, well, first of all, I'm not exploiting anything because I've just happened to fall upon a business, and I would say fall upon a business, but obviously I've done a lot of hard work to get to this position. But I also built that business off the back of trying to help people, and the original idea for Coalition Vans was a one-stop shop for, you know, I've said before plenty of times, it was meant to be like a check a trade type of thing where we send trusted people to you to help on your vans and all that. But then it turned into an actual business where we were doing all the work ourselves because there were too many people who shouldn't be doing work on vehicles. And some people might have said in the beginning that I shouldn't have been doing it, but the intention was always there to offer a proper service, not ripping people off, not exploiting people. One of the big things was exploiting women as well. Like, there's a lot of women in the van life community, and a lot of those women are what some people might suggest as vulnerable. I think that I don't want to speak on women's behalf, obviously, because who am I to think that I can speak on women's behalf? But a lot of the women that I've met in the van life community, it could be considered vulnerable as well. And I'm sure that women watching this will understand that, like, when they take their van to a garage to get a thing done, they feel like that mechanic or whatever is taking advantage of the fact that they're a woman, so maybe charging them more or doing work on the van that they don't need to do. And it's not just women that happens to, that's men that happens to as well. But I was hearing a lot of it about the women in the community. Anyway, moving on. So Coalition was trying to sort of combat that a little bit or push back on that and offer trusted people that were going to do work on vans at a reasonable price. And then obviously things have took off a little bit and the kind of direction of the... It's a natural occurrence. It's not been forced in a direction to, oh yeah, I need to make money or whatever. It's been a natural, slow process into what we are today. However, even though, as I've said in lots of videos before, like, even though a conversion here, you know, costs tens of thousands of pounds, and not everybody can afford that, we still do lots of work for the community. And what I mean by that is, well, first of all, I tried to start a festival that was meant to be a really amazing thing that for the community, and more specifically, the community that follow me or have supported me and all that. And obviously that didn't work out right, but I don't want to go off on too much of a tangent, but one of the reasons why that festival didn't work was because what you don't understand behind the scenes and in the sort of festival community is that there are people within that community who already have hundreds of thousands of pounds in the bank, and they spend tens of thousands of pounds on advertising and really trying to force that festival down your throat. So maybe if they target 10,000 people, they might sell 10 tickets, and they've spent $5,000 to sell 10 tickets. And it's not about the return on the money. It's about trying to get their festival busy, because nobody wants to see photos of a festival where there's nobody at it. So anyway, there are people within the community now, or that have sort of buried themselves within the community that have lots of money and throw money at things in order to try and get some sort of return or make their thing successful and all that. And obviously, the people that have watched me for many years know that I've had nothing. I've been bare bones, eating noodles every day, that kind of thing. So I haven't come into the van life community as somebody with money, and I've not come in the van life community to take anything out of it. I don't know where I went, and I went on a bit of a side mish on something else. So the community is being exploited now, whether that be companies exploiting it or individuals exploiting it, or one of the things that I do see, and to a certain extent I am guilty of it, is this sort of YouTuber free stuff thing. You already know what I'm talking about. Most of you already know, but there are people within the sort of van life who don't actually live in vans that pretend to be a part of the van life community. I know I don't live in a van anymore, I get it. I'm saying I did live in a van, at least I did that, whereas there were people that were pretending to do it. I was a van lifer once, right? And I'm trying to milk that form of glory a bit, but I'm still here, still in the community, so shut up. People that... So I make YouTube videos for a reason. I make YouTube videos, first of all, to keep my head level. That's how I started making YouTube videos, to stop me from going mental. And then, to a certain extent, some of it is for my own memories and that, and for people to share my journey and that. And then, obviously, as the business has grown, it's been to show off the things that we're doing. And yeah, to a certain extent, it's to try and bring new customers in, but we don't ever force that. I don't ever say, you need to buy one of our vans, you need to come here and buy a van, and all that kind of thing. I've totally forgot where I'll go with this now. Which is brilliant, because, this is what happens when I try and make a video. I have all these ideas in my head and then it just disappears. But there are people in the van life community, especially in the van life YouTube community, that are just need to get the free shit out of it and just exploit it for everything it's worth. And that's where I was going with that. You know the people that have got a new power bank every week, and that's the best one every week. And every week there's a new best one out, and the ones that promote literally anything, even though it's absolute garbage and not relevant to the van life world or living in a van at all, but they will tell you that you absolutely need this thing to be in van life and that, and here's my affiliate link, and that's it. They don't care about you. They don't care about where you spend your money. They don't care that you're going to buy this thing and it's absolute TikTok shop garbage. Whereas Coalition Vans and myself don't sell things to you unless it's tried and tested and trusted and endorsed by us properly. Like, everything that we do here, which is why we only use certain brand, we only use Victron, for example. I'm not just mentioning them for any reason, but we only use like Victron stuff because we know that that's the stuff that we trust, and we know that you're going to get a good product out of it. But obviously we don't have an affiliate link or anything. We're not trying to sell it to you. It's one of the products that we use. Come on, Liam. Well, I don't know where this is going now. I get emails every single day from companies asking me to push and pedal absolute tosh on YouTube for you and tell you that this thing is the best thing ever. This is the best remote control ever. You should buy this remote control and replace your existing remote control. And here's an affiliate link in my bio to buy that remote control. It's exactly the same as any other remote control, but this one's the best one. And next week there'll be an even better, better remote out, and I'll sell you that one as well. It's fucking nonsense, right? It's absolute nonsense. I get emails every single day with a company saying, you want to push this, and there's an affiliate link and we will pay you £800 to make a a 2 to 3 minute integration in your videos. That's how much money's in this, by the way. Like, there's more than that. If you have more subscribers, you get paid way more than that. But the other day, I got an email offering me, I think it was £500 for a minute integration, and it was socks. How the fuck can I seriously sit here now talking to you and try and say, you know them socks you've got at home? Well, there's some new socks out, and these socks are just fuck off. Surely you would see through that straight away and think, what on earth is it? Like, this ain't TikTok shop. This ain't friggin' Temu or Alibaba's and that. Like, we're not here. You must see through it. Like, these people are just exploiting the van life community, the camper van world, and for me, it's some of you lot have watched me for a very long time, and if anything, I owe you. You don't owe me anything. I owe you. You've made my channel what it is today. Although my channel's shit, I get it. But you've made my channel as popular as it is today, which is way more popular than it was 7 years ago. And you've opened up a lot of doors for me. You've opened up a lot of opportunities. And also my business wouldn't even be a thing. Like, I would be... I don't even know where I'd be working now, because there's no bleeding way I could work for anybody else. Who knows what I would be doing right now? And it wouldn't. I probably wouldn't be dead. I wouldn't go as far as that, but I wouldn't be far off. Like, I might as well be. There are so many things that you lot have done for me, and I believe it's part of a community. You're my community. I'm your community. We are all together to a certain extent in this, and you've. I owe you for that. So why on earth would I go, yeah, you have a Sharpie. It's not a normal Sharpie. It's not a normal Sharpie. It's a friggin' super Sharpie. It's a 2026 Super Sharpie Pro. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do that to you. Like, it's the no integrity anymore in this game. Like, it's not just the van life community, but I can only talk about the van life community because that's the community that I'm talking to right now. There seems to be no shame. We're just peddling bullshit. Oh God, it's making me want to cry. It's making me mad. Like, if you going back to coalition, right? Like, we help people all day, every day. Now, you only see the van tours, the van build videos, and then the occasional vlog and that. But day in, day out, we have people come here. Oh, I don't know if you suppose you've got any of these, or I've got this happen to my van. Can you have a look round it for me? Or I've just bought this van. Can you just check that this fuse is right, or whatever it is? Now, obviously, to a certain extent, there's got to be a limit to what we can do to help people for free, because obviously we can't just work on everybody's van for free all the time. But like, the amount of free stuff that we give to people, or free help, or free advice, or even just sitting down and have a cuppa. I've always said, like, we've got sofas up here in the office and that. Like, if you're struggling or you just need a cuppa and that, come and have a cuppa. Come and have a cuppa with us. Come have a chat with us. We originally, when we moved into this place, we built the bar and that to have social gatherings, and we bought a barbecue to have a barbecue. We never got round to it because we were so busy, but this place was always meant to be a bit of a community hub. Now, obviously, we don't want like 30 people hanging around us all day. We have actually got work to do, but we are here for the community. We are here for you. We will do what we can do to help. Within reason, obviously, but we will do what we can do to help, and that is what community is. That is, community isn't taking out. Community is giving and sharing. It isn't. Oh, I found this way to make, like, going back to the festival thing. Like, obviously I lost a lot of money with that festival, and that's fine. And I even heard today somebody mentioned that I'd made loads of money and ripped loads of people off and that. I heard that today. Obviously that's not true, because there'd be people with pitchforks knocking down my door if that were true. But that was non-profit. There was no way I was going to make profit. It was always going to be a loss. Even if the event went ahead, even if I sold 10,000 tickets, 10,000 tickets a bit much. If I'd have sold 2,000 tickets, I would still be at a loss, because it was never about making money. It was about making a brilliant event for everybody to be able to be a part of. And I genuinely believe part of the reason why it didn't work was because first of all, there's so many festivals out there now, but the majority of them are corporate companies. These aren't people like myself, like just, no opers and that are just trying to do something. These are corporations. These are big businesses that are throwing money at something in order to take more out of it. Whereas what I was trying to do was put more into something and not take anything out of it other than, like, have a good weekend and that. I know that there are hundreds, if not thousands, of people within the van life community that aren't taking out of it and aren't trying to exploit it and all that. But this video is more about sort of trying to recognise who is all about taking out and exploiting it and making money from it and using it as a tool to build up their status or whatever, like sort of big themselves up or make themselves more popular or whatever. That's not community. They're not get out of the way. They're not the people that have ever really been in the van life community and shouldn't be in the van life community. They should be in the sea is where they should be. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching this pinball all over the place video. I'll see you on next one. Bye, Felicia. Oh, fuck off.